Wake up, wake up, wake up. I want to tell y'all exactly what happens at death. All right, I know this because I've done it thousands upon thousands of times, right? So, what happens at death is that whatever type of culture you were living, whether it be a type 1 civilization type culture or below that or above that, is exactly where you will reincarnate to next time. So, for instance, a lot of the ancient cultures, they would always give so much reverence to the stars because that's where they were trying to go to after this lifetime. All right. Now, a lot of modern day religious cultures over the last 6,000 years, they give reverence to the moon. And, you know, God being like right there near the moon, like right outside of Earth, and the angels being right there outside of Earth. Well, guess what happens? When you die, your spirit or soul, whichever one you cultivated more of, will go right to the moon and hit that white light and boom, reflect right back, and you're here in a couple seconds. It just takes a couple seconds and you're back reincarnated. Now, those that have gotten into a type 1 civilization based culture outside of the religious structures and the spell of the lunacy, the lunar spell, what you have is a solar based reality where your soul will float to the soul or the sun, right? Soul, sun. And boom, then that will take a lot more than a couple seconds. That might take a couple of days. And then you might end up on another planet after that, because each planet has its own degree of reality and density that it's more connected to. And so you get a chance to go to another planet, but still in the solar system. Now, if you go to an oversoul level, where instead of this soul, this sun, you go to the sun of this sun, which is a bigger sun that this sun feeds from. And again, you have to be in touch with the darkness. You can't be in touch with just the light of this reality, because that's the moonlight. And this world's reality is based in the moonlight, right? And so you will go all the way to the sun because you're in touch with the darkness and your soul chakras. But if you want to go outside of this solar system, you will have to be in tune with a bigger sun that our sun feeds off of, which will be the oversoul chakras, right? And so if you're living that type 2 civilization based reality, when you die, it'll take a lot more than just a couple seconds to get all the way up there, because you're floating, and then you get out of the atmosphere, and then you get into a different time zone vector, and then time is different, and you're past the sun, and then you're into the oversoul reality or the bigger sun reality, you know. And then for those that are like on their avatar training, they will go to a bigger sun, oversoul to the oversoul, the avatar soul specifically. And so, yeah, that's pretty much what happens. I mean, death is really a lot harder at that point to even be had, but that will be what happens. And you get to actually go to where you want to go to after death. Now, if you don't know where you want to go to, obviously you're probably not living a soulful reality, because the soul always knows what new experiences it wants to get. And so, yeah, if you don't know what you want to go to and you're just living in a spirit-based reality, you're just still a spiritual being rather than a soulful being, living in your lower chakras rather than your higher chakras, you will bounce right back here in a couple seconds and be immediately reincarnated. People are having babies all the time. You will immediately come back and reincarnate. That's why plants don't mind being eaten or chopped or whatever, because they know they're coming right back immediately, because they're living in a spirit reality. Same thing with animals. They have a little bit more resistance, but less emotion. So a less emotional immaturity, more animalistic maturity. So yeah, that would be the anime that you will get to experience. If you die, you get to come right back immediately, unless you are in touch with the higher, with the sun, or which is the darkness, you know, because the sun is a black hole. And then unless you are in tune with the higher sun, which is even more darkness, a bigger black hole, then you will be right back here in a couple of seconds. So yeah, that's what happens if you die. Hopefully this brings a lot of y'all clarity. Subscribe to the YouTube. I'm trying to get to where we can go live daily on YouTube, and so all the lives can be saved and recorded and everybody can watch a lot easier than any other social media on YouTube. So subscribe, inquire, one-on-one coaching, free ebooks on the way. Got over 20 free ebooks about to come to y'all. So stay tuned. Praises and cheers. Divine love, divine love, divine love.